Leopold said, David, if I got to open with one chair and one umbrella, he said, I'm going to open tomorrow. Tomorrow, they're not going to stop me from opening. And believe it, Leopold started to work the morning, and by the afternoon, he was there on top of the beach doing something there. So,
But your feeling, your general feeling about all this, you feel that it was sabotage or it was an accident?
no, it was sabotage. Wendell, it's just like the detective said during the
Investigation.
toilet. You know, he said these doesn't catch just like that. You have to take your time and really light it because the material has to get to a certain temperature before it starts to move. And he said someone was probably doing that. It's not that something was thrown in there or you left something there open with fire because we had nothing there with fire ready to start a fire there. You know.
So all of this is part of the aggravation that you suffered that led to you deciding, you know what, you're not going to go down easy because I believe the last time you were here, you were of the opinion that they were doing everything possible to get you out.
Well, yeah, but when that's just the tip of the iceberg where they're talking about. I mean, like I always say, they used to take the tent off of the roof off of the tent. Sorry, they take the banner from around the tent, and every day you come in, there is something different, and we continue, and sometimes I still think a lot. Sometimes the public come there, and some of them will say, York, don't leave them discourage you. You continue doing what you do. Do it however you can. And when that gives us the courage and we continue to go. We continue to go, yeah.
Yeah. So
We got a message from Clarence Derby that don't even think to re-establish the business because anything we do there, he'll break it down. We said, well, we have a permit from the government. So we went and we started to cut the trees, to make a path to get to the beach. And the next day we came. The little foundation that we had was all rooted up in rubbles,
and this wasn't for the last hurricane. It was before, or
no,
this was for the last
Irma,
one.
yeah. But over the years we had many hurricanes, and
Yes.
every time a hurricane come, the stuff will blow away because we're not supposed to put anything permanent or too strong, So it'll blow away. So we'll just rebuild. But this particular time, he said,
That's
"No,
it.
that's it. Yeah, we got Malaby property, and we have to get off." And don't even think about doing the business there.
It is clear that my clients endured a lot of harassment over the years since they started. And in particular, just after Hurricane Irma, they came back and explained me, what happened again, what happened recently. And that Sun Resorts, which we knew from before that, are claiming that they own the beach. So I told them, according to my legal knowledge, the beaches are public and the beaches are owned by the government. So the government of St. Martin owns the beach and nobody else. So for me, it's a very, very important decision that would establish, and I think the people of St. Martin should be glad to know that the beaches are public and belong to the people, belong to the government, and if anyone claim that they own the beach, then they would have to come with all that evidence that I just pointed out.
Okay, well, this is an important development, and I think everyone who uses the public beaches would want to relate to this, not so much in the aspect of business, but there are some areas where access to the beach has been a problem. So,
Yes. Yeah.
something like that, what's the legal grounds for one to have free access?
Yes,
to
there
the
is a particular article in the Civil Code as well. I don't have it in my mind or in my head right now, but that article says that, let's say I own a piece of property here, and you own this piece of property here, and this the public road. So I can only get to my property over your property. Then you are compelled by law to allow me access to my property via your property.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have the particular article.
That is important. That
but
is important
yeah,
because
you
I think,
cannot restrict
Yeah.
people from getting to the beach. The beach is public.
Yeah. How important is this ruling when you take into consideration that there has been other areas of dispute on beaches. I remember there was a young lady at one point at Dawn Beach who were conducting business on the beach as well, and then she ended up having to leave or make an agreement, I believe, with Westing at the time.
Yeah.
And that's just another case in point.
Yeah.
But how important is this to the many areas that are likely to
Yeah,
have
this
these
is
kind of
important, and it applies to all beaches on the Dutch part of St. Martin. The other case at Oyster Bay, I believe
Yes.
it was, we also refer to that jurisprudence in our case.
Okay.
In that case, the courts also ruled that it was a similar situation. They had just a made brief and claiming ownership of the beach. And the other courts also said, no, that does not give you any ownership of the beach. In that case, what they also claim, what the hotel claimed, is that her operation was obstructing the
Yes.
sales of their business, and that she was not living up to the conditions of the permit, and that they tried to do. The other party tried to do that in this case also, but we presented to the courts the permit, proof that they have been renewed, proof that the permit is paid for, and then they also claim in this case that they are operating a hotel close by and obstructing their hotel and their guests. And I told the judge, no, that hotel is all the way on the other side. They're referring, of course, to the towers, and that's not close to the beach at all. The judge is from Aruba, so I think they tried to, pull a fast one and say, no, we have a hotel on the beach, and they're obstructing our guests. And I told the judge, no, that is absolutely not the case.
Okay, so you feel then that by the defense that was put up by the other side, they were making a point that they have no right being there. Period.
Yes, that's the point. And in a reply that was submitted by their lawyer, they said so in so many words that Mr. York, they don't have anything to look for or to do on the beach. Like, the beach belongs to Mullet Bay, and they have no rights there, and they should not be there. And that is unacceptable. That one really upset me because that's not possible. That's not good to think that way. I told the judge, Wendell, if I may, even if the beach belonged to them,
Yes.
these gentlemen have a permit from government.
Yeah.
So you have a problem with them, deal with government, not them. Don't harass them.
Yeah.
And that I found was unacceptable. If I may say one more thing, I'm aware that there is one or more other vendors on the beach as well.
Oh, yes, that is
in Mullet
important.
Bay. And I want to let them know, although their names they were not part of the case, but what has been established is that the beach is public and it does not belong to Sun Resorts. So in that sense, they can also claim this judgment as their judgment also, and know that they can operate their business without any further disturbance or hindrance from Mullet Bay or any agent representing Mullet Bay.
All right. That has been established.